Right, I've cocked up already. Take two. It wasn't your sound, it was my sound. I hadn't turned the microphone on. So I've just done the intro to the video and we're doing it all over again. So basically, I'm just doing some window signs at the minute for some new vans that have come in. So when you come in, you can see all the layout, all the price, all the info on the van. So I'm just getting on with those. I've just literally released a Friday video. So if you've not already seen that, have a look in the top corner. I've got a part exchange that we're going to go and have a look at in a minute, so we'll go and have a look at that after these little credity bits, and then we've got a load of tips coming up. So we're over halfway through the year already. I can't believe where this year has gone. It's absolutely flown by. So whether you've just bought a caravan, whether you've bought a caravan ages ago, whether you've had it serviced, whether you haven't had it serviced, we're going to go over a load of tips. We're going to go over quite a few different tips today. Hopefully I have no more cock-ups, I don't know, it just happens. But we're going to have a look at a load of stuff. My wife is still off, so camera lady, she's gone today. You've got myself, and me. So you're going to have to put up with my dodgy camera work, and hopefully no more cock-ups like the beginning of this video. So let's get on with the video. Let's go and have a look at this little van, and then let's get on with a load of tips. That's basically that we just need a bit more grease in our grease nipples there. So this morning I'm just doing a little damp check on a part exchange that's coming in, 2007. Need to check the year actually. That's the only one thing I've not done so far on the Chris number, is made sure that the actual number is correct for the year. So let's just have a quick look at that. So I've run through with the damp meter now, done our checks through. A few little things that I've noticed, not particularly any damp, just a few trims that are sort of coming off. And what we tend to get is with the older caravans, you will get some of the sort of furniture board and little trims like that peeling. You'll get it on even newer vans, to be fair. So it's not going to take a huge amount to put those on. It might even be worth taking the paper off, and it's going to cause less hassle in the future. Couple of little areas at the front. So again, the paper trim is just coming off from down the front here. So again, that should stick back in okay, but nothing really major to report. Just things that you'd expect on a sort of 15-year-old van. So you're going to get little bits and bobs, but generally it's a very, very clean, tidy six berth. So this is going to be coming in part exchange, so this will come on sale very, very soon. Oh, one more thing, let me show you a little party trick in the bathroom area. So this whole panel folds across so that then when you use it as the shower, and on the back of the bathroom door, the other part folds over. So you've almost got a proper separate shower and toilet, even though it's combined. It's just got this neat little party trick. So just having a little bit of a move around with a few new vans coming in. So just a bit of a move about basically. So that one's just going into the workshop to have its chassis done. This one's just arrived, so this one is going to go into there. This one is going on Monday, so that's going to go probably over by the workshop area. And then the little Pursuit that we've got, is going to go on the end, and that is going out tomorrow, hopefully. So last window sign. So just getting the last window sign. We're going to go and get this in the van, and then we're going to start looking at some tips. Last little window sign in the last van. I think we're all up to date. Little Bailey Ranger 462. We did have a look at this on Friday. Now we've just had a customer coming in, and he bought his van about 3 months ago, roughly. So coming to the sort of end of his warranty period, in theory. We do a 3 months parts and labour warranty, but I've just said to him, if what we're suggesting doesn't work, then obviously we know about it, don't worry about it. And what the issue was, he'd got this little control panel that's in the Swift Caravans. And what was happening was, I'm going to have to turn the radio off pretty quickly here as I turn this on, so let me just pop the radio in the off position. So what's basically happening is that his control panel was thinking he had got an onboard water tank and keep telling him that his water level was low. So the other thing with this control panel, if you've got these in the Swift, you can actually control this through the app, and I'm going to show you how to do that and how to swap some of the settings. So when we're in the on position, we can toggle through our different settings. So it'll tell us how much solar power we've got coming through, it'll tell us how much battery voltage on the Caravan, if we've limited our 230 volt input. So this is basically saying that if we go onto a site and we're only a 6 amp supply, we can actually limit the supply. So 9 amps, 10 amps, I think all the way up to probably about 16, and then back off again. So that just turns the AC limit off. So that's quite good if you go to a site and you've got a low power. So if it's just a CL site and you've only got 6 amps, you can actually limit the power there to 6 amps. So we'll carry on. Internal temperature, dim level, so we can put our lights at different levels on the dimming. Heater settings, so we can swap settings on our heater. And then system settings. So if we go into system settings, we can then change the time, the day, the date, the month, the year, whether the keypad beeps or not, what the backlight time stays on for once we've finished moving or using our buttons, the LED time, light mode, and then here we've got tank alarms. Now we can turn tank alarms either on or off. Now if this tank alarm is in the on position and you haven't got onboard water tanks, it's just going to keep telling you that the water's low, because it's going to keep thinking that the water's low. So make sure that your tank alarm is in the on position, and then you'll come to Bluetooth pairing. So if we was to turn this into the on position now, this will go Bluetooth pairing active, and that will then allow you to download the Swift Command app, put it onto your phone, pair up your Bluetooth, and then be able to pair it, not compare, pair it with the system on here. Bluetooth delete, so if you want to delete your phone, and then exit settings and then go back to all the beginning. Our normal settings over here. So there is a little guide then as well on the, if you put in Swift Command app controls and settings, you can actually do a lot of the settings through the app, and you can change different settings. And I think what had happened on this particular van was that the setting had just been changed for some reason. So if you've got a Swift, that is, and if it's the Swift Command, the newer panel, it will be similar, just a little bit fancier. One thing, as I mentioned before, we're going fast and furious on today's video, as you can see. We'd mentioned previously about we're halfway through the year. Realistically, hopefully you've already had your caravan service at the beginning part of the year. It is recommended to have your van serviced every 12 months, and it just keeps the life of your caravan. The damp check is worth doing, the check all your tyres. But even if you've had it serviced, we can do things through the year. We're halfway through, so just lubricating your legs. So put your legs down, and then there's that threaded bar. WD-40 is as good as anything. We like to use WD-40 because it's not a grease then, and it's not going to collect any dirt and grime and things like that. So lubricating your leg with WD-30 and then sending the legs up and down, that is a nice tip for halfway through the year. If you've got a solar panel fitted to your roof, and you should then have a little solar controller like this. And last week we'd been talking about connecting and disconnecting your leisure battery. Now a lot of people have said that actually most of the solar panel manufacturers say to disconnect the solar panel first before you disconnect the battery. So if you need to disconnect your solar panel, we're going to be looking for the actual solar panel symbol, which is these two terminals here, and we can then get away with just disconnecting our solar panels. Just have a read of your manual as to which way round they say to do it. If it was me, again, I'd possibly disconnect the negative first and then the positive, same as what you'd do on your battery. And then once you've connected your battery up, just again make sure whether they say to connect the solar panel after the battery's been connected or before. So again, just reading the manual of the of which solar controller it is, because they will all vary slightly, unfortunately. A nice 6 berth, literally just come in. Travelled about 200 miles to bring this into us today. And then I put the keys in the door and I thought the customer had gone. I was looking around everywhere for the keys and I couldn't find them. Customer had picked the keys back up, hadn't they? So luckily they hadn't gone far. But a lovely family 6 berth. So at the side here we've got the bunk bed that folds up, the fixed bunk beds at the side, and then have a look at this washroom with the separate shower and toilet. So this has just literally come in. It is, I can't remember how much it is now, $14,995, and today, as I've said, the window signs with the layout, the weights and all the information on there. So nice 2015 van. I know a lot of people have been saying about, can we see the price and the weights and all the info, so I'll probably just do a little video snippet of that as we go into different vans. Mark's just doing the little Sterling Jewel. He's just giving that a final clean on the inside, ready for the weekend. We're not going to get to clean that on the inside, unfortunately. Going back to the solar panel, again, good time if you've not cleaned your roof on your Caravan. We've done a couple of roof cleaning videos. Good time just to give the solar panel a good clean. In theory, with all this rain that we've been having, it should give it a fairly decent clean, but depending on where you keep it, again, you're going to want to clean it and get the most out of your solar panel, charging that battery up. If you haven't got a solar panel and you've not used your Caravan for a while, now is a good time to take your battery off and put it onto a proper car charger. Doesn't need to be a specific leisure battery charger. A normal car charger, sort of what you'll get out of Halfords, will do the job. But it's a good time if you've not used the van for a while, just boost that battery up. If the battery drops below 12 volt, we did a proper video on the batteries, and if your battery is dropping below 12 volts, it's in a discharge or a state of discharge. So you're going to want to keep that battery up above, really 12.5 volts is keeping your battery in a good state of charge. If you've got motor movers and what have you, obviously you need that battery to be good. So health and importance of your battery is really good. Checking our lights. If you're planning to go away in the kids' holidays and what have you with the van, a good time again is just checking your lights on the car and the Caravan. So connect up, run through everything before you sort of getting away. There's no point turning up to storage or to tow the Caravan on the morning that you're going and then find that your lights don't work. So yeah, it's just a good time to be doing these routine checks and just making sure it's obviously with grease and things like that, it's things that are going to wear through the season. Again, we've done it before. We've got grease nipples on the top, depending on what model it is, and if you haven't got them on the top, they're going to be underneath of this front, up the very front here. If you have a quick look round with a little torch, you'll be able to find your grease nipples underneath there. If you're having trouble with your nipples, as I say, just use your torch and you should be able to find them. And what we're looking for on this is when we move our hitch, that little bit of movement, if you can hear that rocking, that's basically that we just need a bit more grease in our grease nipples there and pack out the hitch damper here. So again, a time just to double check that, and again, just grease up the nipples that are on the top there, and that will just take out the little bit of play. Again, it will just as you've used the Caravan for more time, it's just going to break that down, use the grease that's in there, so it's a good time just to top that up. That is about it for this week. We're going to have more tips next week, and again, it's just our sort of halfway through the year, trying to make sure that the van is kept up to speed, up to date with what it should be. So I've got loads more checks that we can go through and have a look at. We're going to be doing a proper disconnect on the battery. I think I'd mentioned that previously, so we will do a proper video going in all ins and outs of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.